Are you contractors or W-2?
I'm contractor. I'm 1099.
Are you saving 30% aside for taxes? No, because we have $2 in savings. What are you going to do? Have you paid taxes for the last year?
I paid 2021s. I still owe 2022.
How much do you owe?
I know. A lot. How
much?
Like, I had an accountant.
How much?
I think it's about maybe 60.
What is this? Why? Why'd you even tell me? What am I supposed to do?
Because you asked like 4 times. I didn't want to.
No, why haven't you told me this entire episode? You said you didn't have any other debts.
I forgot about that one.
It's a big one to forget about. It's almost as much as your house.
Yes. I owe a lot of money.
And you're not saving up for, and this year's done in a month.
I know.
Can you write off your bills?
Unfortunately, I can't. Unfortunately, I'm not. I looked into that. And so the funny thing with that is that if you get something like that done, it has to be like so physically uncomfortable, but like you ever see those women with like the massive ones that they're just like, how the hell? Those women can get their written off, but because mine are like, I derive personal pleasure out of them, then you can't write it off. They have to be like so large that they cause like physical discomfort in order for you to like write something like that off.
So if you owe $60,000 from last year, you're probably gonna owe $60,000 for this year, right?
My income in the summer took a huge dip.
Maybe like 40 this year, according to your income, closer to that.
Maybe, yeah.
So another 40 will add to it. So we owe a total of $100,000 to the IRS. What are we doing? What is this? Is this a show?
Oh, God.
Dude, why have you not gone on a payment plan?
I need to talk to my accountant. I have an accountant. I've been avoiding them.
The accountant or the IRS?
Both.
Yeah, I was going to say, because we are in the last month of this year.
I know. I filed for an extension, and then I didn't have it because it was bad. And
What is it? One second, let me do some math.
I mean, maybe it's less than 60. I'll have to check the email. Maybe closer to 40.
So really, $8,400 a month is what you have. Did you say you make 10 or 12? Because you said both.
It varies. I'd say with the
Average.
VA.
Oh, the VA. Yeah, that's right.
Probably. And, we're kind of in a silent depression. Like when I first started, I mean, it was so easy. My average earnings were like $1,500. Now they've probably gone down to like 11 or 12. So, the industry as a whole has gotten a little bit more, precarious, I guess.
People less horny?
No, it's just, they're a luxury item, and we're the first line item to get cut in a lot of people's budgets. So, and F1 was a bust. A lot of people thought F1 was going to be really good. I lost money on F1 because we have to pay to work, essentially. We pay anywhere from $90 to $150 every time we want to go into work.
Why? During F1 or always?
Always.
Why?
That's just how it works.
No. Where does it go?
It goes to the house. It's your house fee. Okay. And then you have to tip out on whatever you earn. But
I'm just trying to see. Okay, so $10,000 a month on average. Set 30 aside. $3,000 obviously. So $7,000 plus the $2,000. So $9,000 is what you have after VA and setting aside money for taxes, giving us an extra $3,313 a month. That's what you should have if you follow my budget. The IRS is what scares me, man. Scares me.
They scare me too. I know. I need to get on that.
It scares you. You haven't set money aside. You spent money on and you this year instead of not only just not paying last year's taxes, but not even saving up for this year's taxes. So what's even the point? I
mean, should I sell the Schwab, the index, and put it towards?
Wait, what's it in?
S&P 500.
No. Like what kind of account is it? So like
it's an investment account.
Just a brokerage? Standard brokerage?
Just a brokerage account.
It's not a rollover of any kind?
What's that?
Like an IRA?
No, I don't have one of those.
It's usually the last thing I want to do. One of the last things I want to do. Still, the interest on these debts, I mean, there's no way the market's going to beat that on average. It might make sense. It might make sense.
Because I don't want to get rid of it either because it is doing well.
It's even the house it might not beat.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You kidding me? Right now, you have $212,000 of outstanding debt. The only thing that's considered an asset is $67,000 of it. The rest of it, debt. That is including the upcoming IRS debt that you won't be able to pay for taxes of this year. So, first of all, we're setting 30% aside for everything that comes in.
Okay.
It goes into a high yield savings account. I use SoFi for my own personal tax money. You can use whatever you want. Always, forever, never anything else anymore. 30% immediately set aside. Not a question. Divide this by the $3,313 we have left on a monthly basis. Please, please, please. That's actually not terrible. It's actually not the worst in the world. It's 5 years. It's 5 years. And that's including setting aside money for taxes already, for future taxes. It's 5 years. I don't want you to be in a dangerous situation by any means, so that's not even a question. But if you're able to do this job in a non-dangerous way for 5 years, continue the income that you're at, you can get fully out of this situation. I don't know what you're going to do after this job.
I might keep working it if I keep making the income. I'm not going to walk away from that income.
Well, again, the danger thing. But either way, and you said you'd only do it for 5 years. Either way, I don't know what your income is going to be like afterwards, and you couldn't live off half your income. If you maintain this income at another job or whatever, it'll take 5.5 years. Call it 6 years after having a fully funded emergency fund.
How much should be in an emergency fund?
Whatever it takes for you to live on a minimal basis, like the budget I laid out for 6 months. We'll call it 6 years, but that's a very long time. In the human perspective, 6 years, I mean, you're going to be in year 1 of 6 years and be like, I got to continue. I can't go out to eat. I can't do this. I can't do anything. If I want to take care of the mess that I got myself in, what do I do for the other 5 years? Year 2, it's going to feel forever. Year 3, it's going to feel forever. 4, you'll start seeing the end of the tunnel. 5, you'll be like guns a-blazing, let's go, we're almost done. But it takes a long time to get there. You've dug yourself a hole beyond holes. The IRS situation has made this one of the most wild situations I've seen ever.
Oh, God. Okay.
Well, it's okay. It's not a competition. I want you to get out of it.
Win.
I want you to get out of it. I mean, the path is clear. The path is clear. First of all, how many hours a week are you working?
So I go in, research.
How many hours a week are you working?
Maybe like 12.
Okay. You work 12 hours a week. Congratulations. Go work an extra 40 or 46. Go work an extra 46 doing whatever, whether it be Uber Eats, whether it be anything. I don't care. Whatever it is that brings in more money takes this from 6 years total to maybe 4 years total. The more you can compound your way through this debt, whether you're killing high interest first or the low balance first, whatever way you're doing it, you're getting extra money in your pocket every time you pay off a debt that gets rolled into the next debt. And you're going to be going quicker. So the quicker we can start paying off one debt at a time, this goes from 6 years to 4 years. So you work 12 hours a week. That's actually great. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that because you're doing that, making $120,000 a year. That's a dream. Okay. I'm also not mad at that because that gives us so much opportunity to go make more money. It's going to be outside of the world, right? I assume.
And I also want to point out, so our club, it used to be 24 hours. And so I could go in during day shifts. And then we went to like from 9 to 6. So I could only work night shifts. And that my sleep schedule. And it's like working like 3-4 days in a row. Like that's
no. Stay on that schedule. Stay on that schedule, 9 to 6. How many days do you work that?
So we go in 6-hour shifts. I probably work like 2 or 3 nights a week. I go in based on hotel prices. Like if hotel prices are pretty high, I go in and work.
We might just go into work every day. Even if we're not.
I know, but I got to pay $150 every time I go.
You're going to make more than that, right? I mean, if we're at 120,000.
It averages, like I said, it's been rough. There've been times where I've gone in and, you lose 200 with the buy-in and tip out.
It's fine.
So it's like a risk every time you go in.
It's fine. You know the math. If it's not justifiable to go in that day, totally okay. We're doing like overnight shelf stocking somewhere. It's crap you do not want to do. Crap no one wants to do. You're doing it so that by the time you're 40, you're not dying